Hi guys! So, as you can tell by the title, I am now here to recommend books. Woo! Bye! Okay, so let's get started. The first book is Monster by James Dean Myers, which is a really good book for, I think it's a little boyish, and it's not early girly at all, which is really weird for me because normally I wouldn't have read this, but it's pretty good. And I think if you give it a try, if you like a little thought to your books, it's a good choice. And I won't give it away, because if I start talking about it, I'll definitely give it away. But he's on trial. Totally. That's no book during on trial. Just share that. The next is The Romeo and Juliet Code by Phoebe Stone. Do-do, do-do, do. Which is a really good book. And it's during World War II. And she's from England, and she comes over here to live with her dad's family. But her parents are still in England because they didn't come over, and then they need to do other stuff. And there's this kid there, and she slowly starts growing an attachment to him, and he has polio, so he's always been different, and it's cool. And there's a really surprise ending, and it's cliffhanger, so. This is I Was Jane Austen's Best Friend by Cora Harrison, which you should probably know who Jane Austen is if you're my age. So, she wrote Pride and Prejudice, and she's a very witty writer, and that's in this book that's saying about her writing. So, it kind of helped if you knew who she was beforehand, so you could understand this more. And it's a little bit of history tossed in there from older times. I believe this is in England. Don't take my word on that. And this is 10 True Tales, Titanic Young Survivors by Allan Zullo, which is nonfiction, but I've always had this obsession with the Titanic, and I went to the Titanic Museum, and it was awesome, and this book is cool, and you should read it. This is if you don't like to read. It's The Diary of Wimpy Kid by Kinney, and it's mostly cartoons. And little scribbles. Dun, dun. It's if you don't really like to read, and you don't really like to think, or you don't like to think while you read. So, brainless read. But it's also the beginning in a series, and I think people should read it. It was big a couple years ago, so if you haven't read it yet, you should read this. And there's a couple more. Kept on going. This is based off of Broadway. No, wait. This got a Broadway musical based off of it. And it's the story of Oz before Dorothy came. And how the Wicked Witch of the West became wicked. It's really cool. The play is amazing. So, give it that a read. This is really popular right now because a movie is coming out really soon. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. It's the beginning of a trilogy, and it's after we've had our apocalypse that's been predicted for years and years and years. That the whole world, not the whole world, but America goes separate ways, and we split up into 12 districts, and then the capital. And the Hunger Games are started because of a rebellion. It's really good, and you should read it now. And I forgot to say who this is by. This is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. And read the Hunger Games. P.S. Next is also one in a series is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Now, Harry Potter has been around for a long time, and in my opinion, these books are really great. I've only just finished the third one, but I'm really getting into it right now. So, read me. It's something that's always been there. The movies are already out, and the kids in the next generation are going to read it, and the generation after that, they're all going to read this. Because magic is something we always believe in for a while until we have to grow up. And we're kind of clinging on to our youth reading this. And the next book is in a series. It's the Fallen series by Lauren Kate. It's about angels. And, well, it's romance. Okay? If you don't like romance, don't read this book. I'm putting it out there. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. And the ending is okay. It's leading up to a really lot of stuff. It's leading up to a lot. And then she kind of dumps you off at the end. So, look forward to that. I have no clue what the last book is called. This is one in the trilogy, Shiver by Maggie Stiefvator. It's about werewolves. It's a really cool book, and it's another romance, and I think it's a really good book, and I think if you're a girl my age, you should try it, and girls older than me should try it, and I read this last year, and I'm reading it again, because I thought it was cool. So, read, my friends. And the last is going to be a classic, I'm telling you right now. The Help by Kathryn Stockett. I read this for my summer homework, thinking, oh, there's a movie out, and they said it was supposed to be really good, and the person got an Academy Award for a supporting role. I think Octavia Spencer did. So, I said, I'll read it. And my aunt saw the movie and said the movie was good. I said, oh, I'll read it. I fell in love, basically. It took me a while to get into it. But I was reading really slow because the chapters are pretty long. And the grammar for the African American descendants that are in this book is not good. And I was obsessing over that instead of obsessing over the book. So now I'm obsessing over the book, and I have finished it, and I'm writing my essay on it, and it is amazing. And the characters each have something that you're going to love about them. And it's going to be a classic just like To Kill a Mockingbird. So you need to read this now. Before it gets really, really big. And then you can watch the movie. I haven't watched the movie yet, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go over these one more time. And I'm going to put all the titles and the authors down there. So, The Help by Kathryn Stockett is a New York Times bestseller, and it's going to be like To Kill a Mockingbird. Shiver is by Maggie Stiefvator, and is about werewolves. Fallen is by Lauren Kate, and is about angels. I'll save you, my precious. That is not a line from the book, I promise. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is the beginning of a series by J.K. Rowling, and is a classic and is always going to be here. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins is in a trilogy and is amazing, and there are a movie coming out, so you need to see them, and Jennifer Lawrence is my queen. Okay. Wicked is by Gregory Maguire, has a play based off of it that is amazing, and you need to read this if you like Wizard of Oz. Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Kinney is a brainless read that is also really, really good and is easy. Titanic Young Survivors by Allan Zullo is very cool and really good if you like the Titanic. I Was Jane Austen's Best Friend by Cora Harrison is good if you like a little history mixed in with a little romance and an author. The Romeo and Juliet Code by Phoebe Stone is really good if you like a little war history of World War II, letters passing around, and a little romance along the way. And Monster is really good if you like action and you like Walter D. Myers, do you? I don't know, but that's really it. And you like jelly and criminal stuff. Okay. Well, that's it. It's time for me to go to bed with my cat slippers, man. So, good night, guys. And keep on skipping. Wow.